On the News Express, President Tinubu vows to go after bad Nigerians. On the business, AFDP advocate homegrown solutions to harness Africa's potential. On the first scene, the ruling party candidate concedes defeat to Ghana's ex-president in the presidential election. Hello and welcome to News Express here on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Edikat Michael. A reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365, free to air on Nicomsat. And now the Joint Border Patrol Team Sector 2, Southwest Lagos, says it has intercepted 6 pieces of pump-action rifles and 1,125 live cartridges and other contrabands worth 36 billion naira between 2019 till date. The coordinator of the team, Mohammed Shaibu, a deputy controller of customs, discloses while addressing journalists in Lagos. He also noted that the team arrested 1,570 illegal immigrants within the period under review. President Bola Tinubu says things are taking shape for the better, even though people may not like his government. He said in the face of the 12 challenges of the country, his administration has made some progress, noting that there are better days ahead. The president, who was represented by the National Security Advisor, Ribadu, made the remarks at the graduation ceremony for the Executive Intelligence Management Course 17 at the National Institute for Security Studies in Abuja. The Military High Command says it has invited the international human rights organization Amnesty International to defend its allegations against the armed forces that 10,000 civilians died in its custody. It described the claims by the international rights group as malicious, shocking, and lacking in merit, as well as mischievous, noting that the armed forces of Nigeria as a professional organization cannot have engaged in what it has been accused of. It had been reported that Amnesty at a press briefing in Maiduguri, Borno State, accused the military of sending 10,000 civilians into early grave while in their detention. However, the Director of Defense Media Operations, Edward Buba, in a statement, explained the standard of operations was followed in handling matters related to the arrest of civilians. The National Chairman of All Progressive Congress, Dr. Abdullahi Ganduje, has commended President Bola Tinubu and Imo State Governor Hope Uzodinma for their commitment to the development of the Federal University of Technology, Owerri. He said this during the institution's 36th convocation ceremony. Amarachibe reports that the event featured the conferment of the honorary doctorate degrees on distinguished individuals, including the First Lady Senator Oluremi Tinubu, Governor Hope Uzodinma, and the Governor Babagana Zulum of Borno State.
President Bola Tinubu, the visitor to the convocation, was represented by the Vice Chancellor of the University of Calabar, Professor Florence Obi. In his address, he congratulated the graduating student and outlined some of his administration's interventions benefiting the institution. Senator Oluremi Tinubu, who was honored with a Doctorate of Management degree, congratulated the graduates and announced a donation of 50 million naira to the best female graduating students of the university.
An honor to be conferred with a honorary doctorate degree, Doctor of Management, DMT, by the Federal University of Technology, Owerri, Imo State. I thank the Governing Council and the Senate for this honor. Today, with my love for and support for education, I have donated already the sum of 50 million naira as an endowment fund for the overall best graduating female student of the Federal University of Technology, Owerri.
APC National Chairman Abdullahi Ganduje, while commending President Bola Tinubu and Governor Hope Uzodinma, highlighted their dedication to improving education and infrastructure at the institution.
And I'm happy to hear that the federal government has done a lot, and also the state governor of Imo State has done a lot for the development of this university. Because as an educationist myself, I think this is what it should be. This university is really providing learning facilities, especially in technology. And this university will continue to grow from strength to strength.
Imo Imo State Governor Hope Uzodinma, a recipient of honorary degree, expressed gratitude for the recognition. He described the award as a significant honor and pledged to resolve all land disputes between the university and the host communities.
I, as the governor of Imo State, will resolve all the land issues, working with the communities in this institution. I will also, as a symbol of appreciation, select one of the projects that have been outlined by the institution, by this school, and I will fund that as a way of showing my humble appreciation for this honor. I want to thank you.
The event had in attendance dignitaries from across the country. From Owerri, Amarachi Ibe, reporting for Global TV News.
The Niger State government has said that it is working to eject unqualified teachers from classrooms to allow effective teaching and learning. The government also directed the retired teachers who live in schools, staff quarters to vacate for new teachers. Commissioner for Basic Education Dr. Adiza Azare Mohammed said that these are the annual general meeting of Bida Hold Students Association held in Minna, the state capital. She said the state government is embarking on rigorous screening of teachers, saying that training and retraining would be organized for all the teachers, or those who are not trainable would be shown the way out of the system to enable children have good education. And our President Tinubu has again made significant changes to the proposed leadership of the Southeast Development Commission, submitting a revised list of nominees to the Senate for confirmation. The updated list features new appointment aimed at strengthening the Commission's capacity to drive development in the Southeast region. A State House press release says Tinubu replaced the initial chairman nominee, Emeka Otuma, with Dr. Emeka Nwogo.
Senator Oluremi Tinubu, who was in company of wife of the vice president, wife of governors and senators, took center stage expressing profound gratitude to the people of Imo State for the overwhelming support.
I'm here to say we are very, very grateful that you stood by us. And without God, without you all, I won't be standing here as the First Lady.
In her address, she praised the resilience and dedication of Nigerians, urging citizens to work hard and bring back the country's glory.
We are all Nigerians, and the good of Nigeria belongs to all of us. It's not to some selected few, but only those who are ready to work hard. Hard work never kills.
Imo State Governor Hope Uzodinma, in his remark, welcomed the First Lady and thanked President Bola Tinubu for the support he has shown to Imo State. He acknowledged the country's current challenges and prayed for divine wisdom for the president to lead the nation effectively.
Only today, we received 50 trailers of rice to be sold at 40,000. So today in Nigeria, we have taken our own share of the global remedy. We have taken our own share of the sufferance of this economic policy. And our prayer is that the wisdom of Almighty God, that the dividends will soon begin to manifest.
Chairman of the Southeast Traditional Rulers Council, His Royal Majesty Eze-Imo Okeke, commended the First Lady for fulfilling her promise to visit. He described her visit as a gesture of unity and inclusiveness.
On behalf of the traditional rulers of Igbo State, to welcome Her Excellency to Igbo State, the most hospitable state in the country, the heartland of Eastern Nigeria. Our candid prayer is that the good Lord will guide Mr. President, protect him, and grant him excellent wisdom to balance the affair of this great country, Nigeria, in good health.
Highlight of the day was a captivating cultural performance by the Omenimo Dance Group, which thrilled the audience and showcased the rich cultural heritage of the region. From Owerri, Amarachi Ibe, reporting for Global TV News.
The senator representing Kwara Senatorial District in the National Assembly, Saliu Mustafa, has called for the inclusion of retired permanent secretaries in government and policy-making processes. Speaking at the annual conference of the Association of Retired Permanent Secretaries in Kwara Chapter Ilorin, Mustafa said Nigeria needed to further make use of invaluable experience and wisdom of the seasoned administrators, describing them as pillars upon which Nigeria has stood. Mustafa, who was represented by retired permanent secretary Kale Yusuf, highlighted the role the seasoned administrators could play in addressing the Nigeria's challenges. The Federal Road Safety Corps has warned motorists to desist from exceeding the 100-kilometer speed limit on expressways as the festive season approaches. Speeding, according to FRC, is one of the major causes of road accident, which must be curbed to save the lives of commuters. The Corps gave the warning amid the alarming rate of road accidents in the country. According to recent data from the FRC and the National Bureau of Statistics, more than 21,500 lives have been lost to road crashes in the past 4 years in the country. Nigeria Civil Aviation Authority says it will strengthen collaboration with airlines, operators and other aviation stakeholders in the South to also ensure the seamless airline operations in the zone. The acting Director General of the authority, Chris Najamo, said this in his address at the inauguration of the Port Harcourt Regional Office building at the Port Harcourt International Airport in the Kwara local government area of Rivers State. Najamo said that the new facility, which came to realization after 22 years in the offing, underscores the authority's resolve to decentralize operations and bring services closer to stakeholders and enhance the flow of communication and operations within the zone. You're watching News Express here on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital. When News Express returns, AFDP advocates homegrown solutions to harness Africa's potential. We'll bring details of these as well as business, sports and foreign stories after the short break. Please stay with us. Welcome back to News Express, and now on to business. The African Development Bank, AFDB, has called on African countries to devise and adopt homegrown development strategies to address the continent's economic challenges and drive structural transformation. The bank's Vice President for Economic Governance and Knowledge Management, Professor Kevin Warama, stated that despite billions of dollars in investment from international organizations like the World Bank and AFDB, poverty levels remain high and structural transformation continues to lag across Africa. Professor Warama, who also serves as the bank's chief economist, identified inflation, currency volatility, debt sustainability, and the food and energy insecurity as some of the continent's pressing issues. The federal government says Nigeria's fintech ecosystem attracted over $2 billion in investment this year. The 2024 economy report by the Office of the Special Advisor to Nigeria's President on Economic Affairs listed telecommunications and ICT, especially fintech, as one of the key sectors that drove the nation's economic growth in 2024, with the potential to replicate or double the same feat in 2025. The report also mentioned that with the rollout of 5G networks and the expansion of internet penetration, the telecommunications and ICT sector is expected to grow by 8 to 10% in 2025. The federal government's statutory allocations to the National Assembly and the National Judicial Council in 2024 hit a total sum of 564 billion naira in October. And in February, the House of Representatives pushed for 5% of the country's yearly budget to be allocated to the federal legislature and judiciary. The Green Chamber initiated the process to amend Nigeria's Fiscal Responsibility Act of 2007 by inserting the Section 54, which will make provision for the allocation of 5% each to the National Assembly and the Federal Judiciary in the Appropriation Act for each year. Nigeria's total capital importation for the third quarter of 2024 witnessed a 51.90% decline from the previous quarter, falling to $1.25 billion. This drop compared to the $2.60 billion recorded in Q2 2024 highlights a sharp contraction in the foreign investment, despite an overall annual increase of 91.35% from the quarter 3 of 2023. The latest capital importation report by the National Bureau of Statistics reveals that while Nigeria's capital importation showed substantial growth year on year, there was a notable retreat in flows compared to the preceding quarter. Nigeria's recorded a trade surplus of 5.81 trillion naira in the third quarter of 2024, reflecting a remarkable rise in export earnings. According to the latest data from the National Bureau of Statistics, the surplus recorded in Q3 2024 is far lower than the 6.95 trillion naira trade surplus recorded in the previous quarter. The Bureau in its foreign trade statistics noted that Nigeria's mechanized trade for the Q3 this year was a total value of 35.16 trillion, marking an 81.35% increase compared to the same period in 2023. And now to the foreign scene. As voting ends in Ghana general elections, police say 4 men were arrested following the fatal shooting of one person and the wounding of another. It happened at the polling station in the northern town of the Yampala, where soldiers have since been sent to restore calm. And our Ezra election was peacefully conducted, with some Ghanaians queued behind to make sure they cast their ballot. A debt crisis and high living costs mean the economy is uppermost in the minds of many voters. The West African nation is guaranteed a new president. And our Burkina Faso's ruling military leader dismissed the country's prime minister and dissolved the government according to presidential decree. The SAC prime minister served as the head of 3 successive governments, surviving each reshuffle. And no reason was given for the dismissal of the Joachim, who was named as a premier in October 2022 after the coup that brought Captain Ibrahim to power. And our gravely weekend, President Emmanuel Macron hopes to win a new lease of political life from ceremonial reopening of Notre Dame. Joined by United States President-elect Donald Trump, Prince William, and other international figures, including the Ukrainian President Zelensky, Macron seeks to present the renovated cathedral as a symbol of France's inner reserves of creative strength. In a speech marking the occasion, he urged the world to see beyond the country's current political crisis and admire the determination, organization, and the hard graft that have rescued one of France's most famous buildings in just 5 years. About the sports. After a long wait, the new chairman has been sworn in to steer the affairs of Delta State Sports Commission for the next 4 years. He is Honoradio Obera-Fury, a former player of the Frangers Football Club of Warri. He took over from Chief Tomboko Okoa, who vacated the position in February this year after the completion of his 8-year tenure. Governor Obera-Fury has assured all athletes, coaches, and staff of Delta State Sport Commission that the new board will ensure the success of Team Delta as the fast approaching 22nd National Sport Festival in Ogun State in January 2025. Members of Kenya's Football Federation will elect a new leader as concerns mount over the country's preparation to host the African Nations Championship. And our members of the Football Kenya Federation will hold the long-delayed election after a month of controversy and litigation. The outgoing President Nick was arrested in November 2021 after government investigation uncovered alleged financial irregularities, and a caretaker committee was put in place to run the federation. However, a global footballing body FIFA intervened and forced the Kenyan government to reinstate the board, while corruption charges against Marumdoa were dropped after the state failed to provide any evidence against him. And to wrap up the News Express, let's take a look at our summaries. The Joint Border Patrol Team Sector 2 Southwest Lagos says it has intercepted 6 pieces of pump action rifles and 1,125 live cartridge and other contrabands worth 36 billion naira between 2019 to that. African Development Bank has called on African countries to devise and adopt ongoing development strategies to address the continent's economic challenges. And as a package, News Express is coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. A reminder that we are on DSTV channel 365, Star Times channel 276, free to air on Necom Stats. You can watch the rest of the news and update at Global TV NG. On behalf of the entire production team, so very big thank you for joining us on News Express. I am Edika Michael. See you again.